the focus of today's session is application of SPSS for data analysis. So without any delay, let us commence this insightful session. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Neha ma'am. A very good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Yeah, good evening, ma'am. So I hope we can start the session. Shall I? I'm
Yes,
not
ma'am.
very clearly, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. So I think yesterday also I have taken the session, right? So it is like there is a linking in the sessions. Yesterday I discussed analysis of data using Excel, right? Today we need to see how we can use SPSS for the same purpose. So I'll try to introduce the
Chancellor ma'am.
interface.
Chancellor ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to interrupt you. I request all the participants to please turn off your camera.
Mr. Bharat Vasisht, please turn off your camera.
Okay. So I hope I can continue.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah. So starting the session on this with this particular point, that yesterday also I have taken a session, and I tried to discuss few of the basic things which are requiring for the data analysis purpose, right? I discussed the variable type. I also discussed the measurement scales, right? So today I'm not repeating the same thing, and today we will directly go to the SPSS interface, and there we will see how we can use that interface for the analysis purpose. Before that, I'll introduce with the particular interface, and then we'll start with the session, right? So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen with all of you. Okay, I think I shared my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. So as you can see, the interface of SPSS is quite visible. Today, deliberately, I haven't provided you any sheet to perform along with me, as I am not aware about this thing that how many of you are having SPSS, right? So the session is only 1.5 hours long. So in that, I think we cannot go for the so many different kind of analysis and all. So the purpose is, purposefully, I'm just only discussing the interface, and few of the important things I'll show you, which can help you out once you are using the SPSS for your data analysis purpose, right? So when I talk about SPSS, SPSS stands for, or SPSS is short for Statistical Package for Social Sciences, right? So means under the social science domain or under the social science discipline, whatever the different domains are coming, we can say in the, those domains, whatever research we are carrying on, for all type of research, we can do the analysis using this SPSS, right? So under the social science domain, management is one of the domain, as I belong to that particular domain, so I'm just talking about that. But I think apart from that, many other domains like psychology, etc., are also coming under this particular umbrella of social sciences, right? So now, as you people, those who are working with the SPSS, they are knowing this thing that SPSS is a product of the IBM. Initially, SPSS Incorporation, that organization name was the SPSS Incorporation. This particular corporation has brought this particular software in the market, right? But with the time, now this is the product, or this is the what I can say, the product of the IBM, right? So now we are knowing it as IBM SPSS. Presently, I think latest version of SPSS is 29. I'm giving you demo through the SPSS 25.0, right? So once I will talk about this interface, you can see the interface is quite resembling with the Microsoft Excel. Yesterday only I explained you the interface of Excel, although I do not need to much concentrate on the interface because many of us are already working with Excel, right? But when I compare the look of SPSS and Excel, we can say this thing that SPSS is almost similar to Excel, right? But when we talk about Excel, in Excel, we know we are generally opening a workbook. In a workbook, we can add so many worksheets. Here, when I talk about SPSS, SPSS is limited with the 2 sheets or 2 view only. You can see at the bottom left side. There are 2 views you can see, or 2 toggle buttons you can see, named as data view and the variable view, right? Presently, the color of the data view is little yellowish kind of. Maybe in the online platform, maybe you are looking, maybe this color is looking like red or maybe oranges. But this is us, means the color will be different from this, right? Presently, the data view is activated here. So data view is also known as, or this particular window is also known as data editor. You can see the name is written here. This is data editor, right? So this particular view of SPSS is storing the data, right? So whatever kind of data we are having, we can store such data in this particular window of SPSS or in this particular view of SPSS. Then when I move to the next window or next button, which is named as the variable view, there you can find these are the various different parameters, or what I can say the features. Using that, you need to define your variable here, right? So once you are using the SPSS as a manual way, means if you want to enter manually your data in the SPSS, so in that case you need to use these particular parameters to define the name of your variable, right? See, if you are not writing, or you are not giving the name of the variable and you started entering the value like this, you can see what I am doing. So this way I am entering the values, right? Now once I'll come to the variable view, you can see SPSS itself has defined the name of your variable as VAR 00001, and remaining some of the fields are set by the SPSS, right? So this is what SPSS will do for us. If we are not defining the name of the variable, it is by itself will define the name, right? So I am just deleting this, and then we'll talk about the next thing, and then I'll say tell you how we can define the variable in the SPSS. Apart from these 2 different views of SPSS or this editor data editor window, we are having one more window of SPSS, which is storing the output of SPSS. So I think in the class today I taught some of the things. So that is why you can see this particular view is containing some of the outputs here, right? So that way you can find this particular window is indicating us that this, whatever you are performing or whatever you are analyzing in SPSS, the output will be generated in the output viewer of the SPSS, right? So this way 2 windows are there and 2 views are there. Is it okay? Clear to everyone? I think it is not much
Yes,
tough.
ma'am.
Yeah. Now, apart from that, same like Excel, here also we are having some of the menus or the tabs. Using our requirement, we can explore them and we can perform the task available in this particular tab. If you want to do, means when I talk about the data analysis starts with the, after collection of the data, we are generally cleaning our data, right? So whatever type of cleaning you need to perform, you will get some of the cleaning option under this transform, under the data view. So under the data tab, under these 2, you can get the some of the different options which can help you to clean your data, right? After cleaning, sometime it happens we want to transform our data, means using the existing data, we want to create some new variables, we want to do these different type of coding and all. So that if you want to do, you can go to the transform option or transform tab, right? After that, the main thing is, means after cleaning, transforming and all, now your data will be ready to process or ready to perform the calculations. So to perform the calculations, we need to go to the analyze tab. There, once you will click, you will get, or you will see there are range of tests available in the SPSS. According to our need, we can select which test we need to perform, right? So with the practice, you can understand from which particular option, which particular test can be, what I can say, accessed, and that way you can perform that particular test in SPSS. So analyze is a tab or menu which is providing you range of statistical tests which you can perform on your data. Then we are having the graphs. Graphs means if you want to go for the visualization, although SPSS is not that much good for the visualization purpose, but still basic things like creation of the graphs, doing certain kind of editing and all, that you can do under this graph, under this particular graphs tab or menu. Then if you want to add something new things, you can explore using this extension and all. So these are the some of the main tabs which you need to use for the simple or maybe advanced statistical analysis purpose. In the new versions of SPSS, now we can integrate SPSS with the programming languages also, right? So if you want to do the coding and all using the R and Python, that is also possible nowadays. So that extension software you need to have, and using that you can do that also. So these are the specialty of the SPSS which can help us for the analysis purpose of the data. Now, further I'll talk about how to define variable in SPSS, and then we will go and we'll see that how to import data, and one or two simple things we will try to perform using the SPSS, right? So this will be the agenda of this session. I'm starting with now the defining of the variable in SPSS, how we can define a variable in SPSS. So for the purpose, I'm coming in that variable view. So I think you can see the color is little different from the previous button. So I'm in a variable view. There, when I come to the first parameter or first feature of the variable creation, this is asking me to give the name to my variable, right? So deliberately, I'm doing certain mistakes which can help us or help you people to understand what you should not do while defining the name of the variable. So here I have written one gender. Now I'm pressing tab button or maybe enter button. Anything you can press to go to the next cell, right? So up to you, whatever button you are choosing here. So I'm pressing the tab. Once I did this, it is indicating me variable name contains an illegal first character. That means I cannot start the name of the variable with a number, right? So if suppose I am writing gender 1 and then pressing tab, you can see we are not getting any error here. It is allowed by SPSS. Means initiation, at the initial point you cannot keep the number, but at the end you can keep it, right? Further, suppose I'm using at suppose dollar gender. I did this, right? Now again I'm pressing the tab key. So again it is coming invalid variable name. That means I cannot start the name of a variable with the dollar symbol, right? Now I'm using the hashtag. Hashtag is also not allowed in SPSS. It is again giving me an error, right? Then suppose I have used exclamation sign. It is again indicating me an illegal first character. Then suppose I'm using %. Again, the problem is occurring, right? So this way, these are the some of the problems which is indicating you, if you are using these things, SPSS will create problem for you in defining the name of the variable. So you can keep it simple. Suppose I have written gender only. I'm pressing a tab key, and that way you can see no error we are getting. Sometimes it happens our variable is having, or we are defining a variable using more than one word, right? So in that case, what you need to see, suppose I have written here gender of participant, right? Now I'm pressing the tab key. So again, we are getting an error that variable name contains an illegal character. So what I need to do if I want to do so? So I need to use the underscore sign. This is okay. Or suppose I am using the period, the dot sign. It is allowed. In both the cases you have seen, once I'm doing pressing the tab or enter key, etc. So in that case, you can find I'm not getting any error, right? So this is what you can do if you want to define the variable name using more than one word. Next. Now it comes type. So as this is a statistical software, so basically it is designed for performing the statistical calculations. And the drawback or the limitation of statistics is that it can only deal with number, right? So by default, whatever variable you are defining in SPSS, it is taking its type as numeric, right? Now, if suppose I want to change its type, right? Suppose I am having a variable called name, and we know this thing name can never be a numeric variable. Means you cannot define a name of a person in terms of numbers, right? So that is why I need to change its type. So what you need to do, you can click on these three dots. So the dialog box of variable type will appear for you. There all the possibilities of the variable type are available or listed in this box. According to our need, we can select the appropriate type. For defining the name of a particular person, the appropriate type will be string. String means a character data, right? So that you can select and you can click on OK. So this way it is set. So this way it is set as a, that name is a string variable. After that, next comes the width. Fine. So once I talk about the width, there you can find which is indicating by default 8. So this width, I think someone has forgot to mute him or herself. A humble request,
Shobha
please
ma'am,
mute yourself.
please mute yourself.
Shobha ma'am, please mute yourself. It's very interactive session. Please mute yourself.